So the Shikshastak is so important, and in a way, this is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu too. Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakurji and Vaishnavas, previous Vaishnavacharyas, they have taught us that Shikshastak is not a simple thing. There are so many deeper truths within that, and and the language is simple, like I said, but the meaning is so deep. Okay, so and the lessons that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us, that's also very much, you know, so deeper, and it has full of meanings, and it's all, taught so that we can develop a divine love towards Krishna. So let's start with the first verse that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said. You know, he not only said this verse, but rather he relished these verses in Gambhira too. With Swarup Damodara Raya Ramanan, whose um, divine appearance day we celebrated. So with them in Gambhira, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he tasted the meanings of these verses, the teachings. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said this beautiful verse in Shikshastak, the first verse, Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhavamaha Davagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandambudhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So in the first verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching us that let there be all glories to the divine Sankirtan movement, the glorious chanting of the holy names of Krishna. This is the best process prescribed during this Kali Yuga, age of quarrel, okay, for no reason. And this is also the simplest method, and this is also the best method to develop divine love towards Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, there are 7, just by chanting, what are the results? There are 7 results which can be seen by chanting the holy name. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is prescribing this, 7, the results that can be seen. The first, he says that if we develop the faith and if we start to chant the names of Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So like this, if one starts to chant the holy name, that too in the beads given by Guru, then the first result that manifests by chanting the names of Shri Krishna, okay, that too, if we can chant in the morning time, just before Mangalarati or just right after Mangalarati, we start. And if we chant in the morning time with a peaceful mind, okay, first we finish Mangalarati and chant our mantras, and then we start with chanting the holy name, then slowly we can see these results coming. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. That's the first result one can see manifest by this chanting. So Mahaprabhu is giving an analogy with the mirror. He's comparing chitta, the heart, with the mirror. You know, just like the mirror, when it's not clean, it's full of dirt, one cannot see the beautiful form, or the form that we may see is perverted. It's not clear. So, to see clear vision in the mirror, first thing one has to do is clean the mirror. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. The heart now is polluted with what? With so many different things. The desires, misconceptions, bodily conception. We believe that we are this body, male, female, this and that. So many different kinds of misconceptions. And because of three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and this ignorance. So because of this, we are tempted and we are deluded and we are, distracted. So first thing is by chanting this, the names of Shri Krishna, the holy names of Krishna. The name, just by chanting, it starts to clean the dust or these misconceptions which has taken place in our hearts. Okay? The name takes the form of a scrubber. And the more and more you scrub, more and more clean and clear the mirror becomes. So in a similar fashion, just by chanting these pure holy names with more and more, passion, with more and more clarity and more focus, and with prayerful mood, serving mood, the more the heart's misconceptions go away. And what do we see or what do we realize by that? The first step by chanting, we will slowly realize, who am I? Am I this body or this, mind, the gross body or the subtle body? Or I am beyond this. I am a spirit soul, full of bliss. So we will not only just know, but rather we will try, by chanting these names, we can try to realize these things. And when we realize that we are not this body and mind, the gross subtle body, then we can see that I am a spirit soul, and one can slowly realize the constitutional position of the soul, that I am the servant of Shri Krishna. This is what happens by chanting the holy name. This is the first result that should manifest by chanting the holy name. That I am the servant of Shri Krishna. I am the servant of the near and dear of Shri Krishna, Shri Guru and Vaishnavas. This kind of mood manifest in our heart. This is the first result that we can see by, by glorifying Krishna, by chanting his name, purely with the peaceful of mind. Okay? If you can do it in the morning time, that's the best. By that time you come, but by that time you postpone it. And if you're gonna chant during the day or even during the night or late into the night, mind is disturbed by then. And because you're so busy with the full day's work, and so many reactions and so many things that you face. So your mind is busy thinking about those things. So it's better if we can chant in the morning time when mind is at peace. The result is fast. Okay. By the way, you can chant, you know, anytime you want, morning, evening, night time. But if you could do a major part in the morning time, then by the time is noon or in the night time, your mind is set, your mind is prepared for it, you know. But if you're going to start late, then by that time, you know, it may take a while to pick up the speed because mind is disturbed, it's not settled. So when we chant like this, you know, trying to meditate on the teachings that we have heard from Guru and Vaishnavas, or to meditate on the verses from, you know, Gita and Bhagavat, then we can see this kind of result. Oh, now I am realizing what? That I am the disciple of, uh, you know, the servant of Shri Krishna. Okay. Uh, now I am the Das of Shri Krishna, servant of Shri Krishna. This is what cleansing the mirror-like heart means. Then the next result that we can see by further chanting the holy name is Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. So this is also a major step. Yeah, I can go. So this is also a major step. So this is also a major step. Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. So when we chant, then we will start to realize that this material world is full of suffering. And we will also realize that we are in fact, you know, suffering within this material world. We are in fact, you know, burning in the forest fire within this material world. Normally we don't feel. Normally we feel that we are so pleased and you know, and we are sleeping, eating and watching phone and all those stuff. We are happy. We don't feel the forest fire. We don't even see fire. Yeah, this year they had fire in Los Angeles. So then people would feel the fire. But normally, the whole year nobody feels the fire. But the thing is, there is fire, you know, the whole world is burning and we are burning in it too. So Mahaprabhu is saying, just by chanting the holy name, this forest fire is, you know, doused. So the question is, what is this forest fire? What does it represent? Which we don't see yet. The forest fire is nothing but the desires. Jai Shamarani Didi. The forest fire is nothing but the desires that we have within our heart. Those desires are compared to forest fire. Why? Because those desires, they burn our heart. When we get that, when our desires are fulfilled, we are happy. And when those desires are not fulfilled, there's, sadness, there's burn in the heart. Uh, and when the desires are fulfilled, still, we run after a second desire. And when that's fulfilled, we run after a third desire. So, like this, there is no stop, never ending desires, which we want more and more, more and more. This is what is termed as the forest fire. Okay? Uh, just like we see the forest fire, when it starts, and when the conditions are favorable, it just keeps on burning. It doesn't stop. And you cannot stop it simply just like that. You need rain. Only rain can stop it. And that rain is the mercy of Shri Gurudev, which we sing, Sansara Dhava, Nalalida Loka, Tranaya Karunna Ganaganat. Guru and Vaishnav, they shower this beautiful, merciful rain by which the desires, slowly we start to give up those desires. And once we give up those desires, then this forest fire is doused and we are at peace. And the merciful rain that Shri Gurudev pours to douse this forest fire, what is that? That's the, katha they speak. Those nectarian words, those are the rain. And they go through our ears and goes inside, and we meditate and we think on those message, then all misconceptions are, destroyed, and we realize that within this material world there is no peace or pleasure or bliss. It's all only sadness. Even though in the initial stage we may feel like so much, happiness and bliss, but it all turns out to be only sadness. Just like Shri Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, Yei sansparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate. Adyantavanta konteya nateshu ramate buddha. So he says, the material sense enjoyment, the the final result, end result is only, sadness, heartburn. And even though you may feel like it's giving some kind of, pleasure, but still it's finite. It has a beginning and it has to finish sometime. So once it gets finished, we may feel sad. So by the mercy of Guru, or the mercy of the Vaishnavas to their, katha, discourse, nectarian discourse on Krishna, those nectarian words go, it goes through our ears and reaches the heart, and slowly when we contemplate on them, then all kinds of misconceptions are cleared. And by that, the desires, we start to give up the desires. And once we give up those desires, we are at peace. We have to give up the desires pertaining to this material world. And it's a very strange phenomena. Why we take birth? Because we desire. And why we keep on taking birth after birth? Because we desire so. If we don't have desires, to be within this material world, no desire to lord it over the nature, uh, then there is no reason for us to take birth. That's one kind of liberation. Okay? But then we cannot give up the desires completely. So it's been told that, you know, all we have to do is divert the desires that we have for the material world and completely dovetail it to the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. You convert them to the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. Just like, for example, if you have a desire to eat beautiful mangoes, okay, when you have the desire to eat oneself, maybe those mangoes can, can give us a little pleasure, or maybe in the long run they can give some side effects too. Yeah, but when we desire, oh, this is a beautiful season, mango season now, and it's a beautiful mangoes. It's very sweet and ripened. Oh, this should be given to Krishna. He likes it very much. So with that kind of desire, if we, uh, buy the mangoes and we, clean them, put it in water, soak it in water for some time, and then we cut it in a beautiful shape and in a beautiful plate, we give it to Shri Krishna, and we chant the mantras and tell Shri Krishna, please kindly take it, and Krishna takes it and he smiles and you feel it. When you see Krishna is pleased, by that, you know, your mind and heart and stomach, it gets filled by bliss. Okay, and just by looking at that, you are satisfied. And when you taste those mangoes later on, you're in, seventh cloud, or in, you know. So the desire has to be dovetailed towards pleasing Krishna. Then there is no problem. Then there is no forest fire burning at all. The fire described here is the desires when they are not fulfilled. We are sad. When those desires are fulfilled, still we are sad because we want more. And we want many new things. Okay? So because of this never-ending process of desiring, the material things, it's compared to the forest fire and the fight with, uh, the difficulty we have to face, to fulfill those desires. That's too much. Okay? And we keep on fighting, and if we get those, so this way, mind is at peace. Okay? This comes about by chanting the holy name. The holy name starts to give some kind of a bliss. It is not a pure bliss yet, but it's just the beginning point. So because of that, you are satisfied. And because of that, the desires that you used to have before, now it's, slowly diverted towards Shri Krishna. And no more disturbance. Mind is not in the mode of passion, or, the mind is not in the mode of this ignorance. So now we are in the mode of goodness slowly. And because of which, the life slowly, it starts to feel the life is peaceful. Before, life was not peaceful. It's very strange that the material life is such a way that it can be compared to, the waves in oceans. Why waves? The human life is like, one day you are satisfied, next day you start to have some kind of a problem. The problem can be compared to waves, and you try to solve that problem, and you feel, okay, I've solved it, then you take a deep breath, then the second wave comes, as a new problem comes about. So, like this, the whole life, you're just facing one problem after, another, and it's never stopping, just like, waves in ocean. It just keeps on going. Huh? But by chanting the pure name slowly, you know, the waves stops because you don't have so many material desires. Now you just want a simple life, and you want to spend more time in trying to be with Guru and Vaishnavas and try to serve Krishna. Life is it's becoming more and more simple. So more simple you become, less trouble. The mind is not disturbed too, and you don't have too many desires for too many things. You are just satisfied with whatever you have got. So so in this way, slowly we can find time for spiritual things, and mind is more at peace and bliss, satisfied, and then slowly we can move forward in bhakti, in devotional service. So the next stage, once the mind is at peace and all kinds of troubles are settled down, destroyed, no more troubles. Okay, mind feels peaceful. Then comes the next stage of, you know, the chanting the pure, the holy name. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Huh? Mahaprabhu is saying, by chanting the holy name, now pure devotion towards Krishna, you know, it starts to manifest in a very beautiful way, just like a lily. Okay, the flower. Uh, so lily flower is, you know, Mahaprabhu takes the name of the lily flower on the moon, because the lily flower, you know, it blossoms in the night time by the rays of the moon. So that's why it's been said, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Just like by the rays of the moon, uh, the lily blossoms in the night time, in a very cool and soft uh, environment. So in a similar fashion, when our heart and mind are at peace, okay, and now we are chanting the holy name, in that kind of situation, you know, the mind slowly draws towards Shri Krishna. And now this pure devotional feeling to please Shri Krishna manifests. So this devotion is compared to the lily, which blossoms slowly like this, and the holy name is compared to the moons, the soothing rays of the moons. And because of those, names, soothing rays of the moon, slowly, the pure bhakti, like lily flower blossoms, the bhakti also manifests within our heart. This means now you are not so much disturbed regarding the material world, and your goals and your this aspirations and your desires, you're not disturbed by those things. Now you are focused. Now we have a desire, spiritual desire, that one day, I should try to get this love of Godhead and try to reach, Shri Golok Vrindavan, the supreme spiritual abode. So, with that goal in mind, with that peacefulness, mode of goodness, when one starts to chant the holy name, then the mind slowly but steadily starts to divert to the lotus feet of Krishna. And now different kind of moods they manifest. Uh, so different kinds of moods they manifest, and by that we feel that we should listen to Krishna's pastime more and more. We should see the beautiful form of deities more and more. We feel that we should go to the pastime places of Shri Krishna more and more, Vrindavan and Navadvip. And we should taste the remnants of Shri Krishna's Mahaprasadam. So, like this, desires pertaining to bhakti manifest within our heart. Kindly tell me the time. Uh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So, so uh, these kind of moods and desires, so they slowly manifest. Okay, and we tend to develop a taste for these things too. Okay, now we want to serve more. Now we want to participate in the programs of the temple. Now we want to be a little bit serious. Now we won't give some lame, you know, uh, excuses. Okay. Now we slowly start to take some responsibilities too. Okay, I will take care of this seva. I will go and preach. I will try to clean this place. Okay, and I will try to bring people. I will try to teach them. So like this, a desire manifests to be more, you know, serious regarding bhakti. So, so this is what it means. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. You know, by the moon's rays, the lily blossoms beautifully. By the sweet rays of this Mahamantra, holy name, the lily like bhakti slowly blossoms within our heart. So many beautiful moods manifest to serve Shri Krishna, Shri Guru, and Vaishnavas, and by doing so, we develop a taste for these things. Okay? Till that time we develop a taste for these things. Till that time is very difficult and it's very serious too. You know, because we are in this material body, uh, we are so used to the things of this material world, you know the things pertaining to the sense uh, enjoyment. But by being under the guidance of Guru and Vaishnavas, and if we learn that there is much more superior to this, the spiritual, the service that we can do, uh, spiritual bliss that we can get. Uh, till that time, there is always some danger that we may revert back to this material world. Just like, somebody who is on drugs or who is, and addicted to it. And if we want to give that up, so first he has to be convinced of a life without that. And it takes a lot of time. Mind cheats. And when you have your friends and so many people trying to force you, and you cannot be stopped, so you fall back, repeatedly. That's a problem. So for that you need a strong and superior association so that they can pull you back to the normal life. So in a similar way, we are so used to this material world and the sense enjoyment that material world gives us that it's very difficult for us to know that there is much more superior bliss, infinite in nature, which we can all, enjoy. But the problem is, till that time we are convinced or we get such kind of a bliss to realize, till that time no amount of words can make us, convinced or make us, be steadfast in that path. So till that time one has to be very, very careful, be in the superior Vaishnava association, and the main thing is one has to be very busy in seva. Okay, we should try to do the service full day and night. Try to be busy, to chant more, to read or to listen to this, the katha, uh, and try to serve more. And by serving with some kind of responsibility, then the mind is busy. And when mind is busy, then the material world doesn't pull you that fast. Why? Because you do service, you get some bliss there. Okay? So there is no need for you to go back and try to lord it over the nature and try to get some kind of material, you know, sense enjoyment. So the main focus it should be on the service. So when we do the service, that too with responsibility, then slowly a desire manifests to listen to katha. Without the service, desire doesn't manifest to listen to somebody else. Okay, so we have to serve, and then we can listen, and we take Mahaprasadam too, and we chant more. Okay, by this process of listening, chanting, remembering, and doing service, and taking Mahaprasadam and following the four regulative principles, by this, slowly and steadily, we can know the transcendental realm, and we can try to be situated in Krishna consciousness in a steadfast way, and slowly the bondage or the misunderstanding that we have within our mind regarding this material world, that can be destroyed. So what is the misunderstanding that we have? The misunderstanding that we have within our mind is this material world is full of pleasure. And it's, by having wealth, money, and by doing sense enjoyment, or, by going after, name and fame, that can make our life successful, stable, and, make our life fulfilled. So this is the misconceptions that we have within our mind since since long, long, long time. Okay, so by listening to the divine, the discourses by Guru and Vaishnavas, these misconceptions can get destroyed slowly, steadily, and quickly too. So by this, one can develop a taste for something spiritual, eternal, and uh, completely sublime, and one can feel it too. So more and more one, feels for it, more and more one can have the capacity to give up things pertaining to this material world. You know, there are two ways to give up, the things. The one way is, by giving up things externally, So, though that may seem like a difficult thing, but still that's not that tough. The toughest thing is to give up by the mind. That's the toughest part because mind is so used to these things for many, many, many lifetimes. You know, mind doesn't get convinced in just a matter of minutes. It takes time. Though you have given up, you know, it uh, relapses again and again and again, and we find it difficult. But with the mercy of Shri Guru and Vaishnava, their katha, by service, by being busy in the service of Guru and Vaishnavas, or by reading, slowly we can cross over this. And by chanting the holy name, uh, we can increase the number of rounds. If you're chanting 16, you can chant 32 or 48 or 64 or even more if you have time. So, so by this process, the mind can also give up these misconceptions. Okay, so giving up by mind is the main thing. Externally, we should give up. True. So it begins from there. But the main thing is one should slowly, steadily try to give up these misconceptions from the mind. Okay, so that's what it means. Shreya, Kairava, Chandrika, Vitaranam. Now you develop a taste for listening to the pastimes of Krishna. Now you develop a taste to glorify the pastimes of Shri Krishna. Uh, and develop a taste to remember these pastimes of Shri Krishna. Okay. Now it's not like somebody has to call you from here. Oh, Prabhu, today we have a program. Please come. Okay. Without even calling, we come. So it's not like somebody has to push you that, like, did you chant? Or did you do Mangalarti? Oh, okay, that's the toughest part. Okay, did you do Mangalarti today? Okay, did you wake up? Did you chant? Did you finish your rounds? Okay, did you do service? Did you read something? So, so slowly, nobody has to push you because now you realize that without it, my life is not complete. Something is missing. I'm lacking something. Okay, so this stage is now you're developing a taste for the spirituality, spiritual things, and by doing this, then the next stage comes. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. Okay, now you are slowly but steadily liberated from the material bondage. Now you are slowly situated in your constitutional position. Okay, slowly, and now we are developing or trying to realize the constitutional position of the soul, that you are not only the servant of Shri Krishna, but in a very beautiful way. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. Okay, in the uh, no Shringar Ras, you know, considering Shri Krishna divine lover. So these kind of relationships and moods, they start to develop, and not only develop, you are slowly and steadily situated in your constitutional position. So not before that. Okay, this comes about, this kind of realization comes about by chanting pure holy name. All misconceptions, bondage are finished. And that kind of pure chanting can come about by listening to such powerful katha or the messages of the Goswamis, the messages of Srila Prabhupada, messages of Sri Gurudev, pure Vaishnavas like them. Okay, by that one can start to feel for Krishna, then chant pure, holy name, and by that the misconceptions are destroyed, and we are situated in our constitutional position that I am a maid servant of Srimati Radharani. Okay, so without such, you know, listening and chanting and remembering, it's not possible, you know, to reach this stage. So it's a total speculation. Before this stage, if we try to even, speak and think about constitutional position, Siddha Deha and stuff like that, just a waste of time. Okay. For example, I'm not a billionaire, but I'm making plans when I become a billionaire, which I'm not. It may take 60 years for me to become a billionaire, but I'm making plan from now on that when I become a billionaire, I will do this, do that, which is a waste of time. First you become a billionaire, then you can, decide like what you want. So in a similar fashion, when one slowly becomes liberated from this gross and subtle body, and when we develop a deep desire to chant pure, holy name, we try to call Shri Krishna in the mood of service, okay, then this thing manifests naturally. You develop a taste for this thing, then you know what you like, and this thing comes about naturally. You don't have to, break your head for this. Huh? It comes about in a very sweet, natural way, and and the whole thing is possible just like that by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas. Okay, so if we try to focus on chanting, and if we try to focus on listening to the discourses of Guru and Vaishnavas and try to follow what they have said, everything is so simple and all things start to manifest gradually and steadily for sure. Okay, it will manifest. Definitely these things will manifest. No doubt about it. Okay, so we should try to focus more on the purity, and you know for that we shouldn't have negative thoughts, uh, which I find which is the topmost problem in many the sanghas and many devotees. So much negativity. For what? You know, the reason for negativity is we are free. We have nothing to do. When you get busy, when you have a project going on to please Sri Guru and Vaishnavas, you don't even have time to sleep, leave alone being negative for something. Okay, so we have to be busy like that. Okay, and we have to start to serve like that. Then you will feel that you are, once again enthusiastic like when it was with Gurudev or Srila Swami Maharaj, things like that. Okay, we have to bring a cause. Okay, this I'm going to do for Sri Gurudev. Okay, let's do it, and things like that. Okay, so because of these kind of negative thoughts and negativity and these kind of things, we are not seeing the development. Yeah, we lack, like so many things we feel. Well, yeah. Yeah, your question, yeah.
Yes. I have a question only because the time is running out. If you don't mind,
Yeah, yeah, that's
one
fine.
quick,
That's
just
fine.
on this topic of being busy.
Yeah.
For the new guests, I don't know if there's any new guests here, but it's okay.
Oh, you
Uh,
need a mic?
I uh, I just want to very quickly. You can close your ears. You can go like this
Okay.
because just close your ears. Uh, I was fortunate to be able to spend a number of years with Maharaj before he was officially a Maharaj, but he was wearing saffron and brahmacharya his whole life. And so I was at Gurudev's door during the parikrams, Navadam, Davadam. And man, you don't, when there's a Maharaj, you don't speak of their previous name before, But, so you talk about being busy. And what is really interesting to me is he is saying something that is actually very key. And I know there's other kata, but I have to explain. He is not speaking of this as if he's telling you and he hasn't done. Okay? Because I would be at the door and Gurudev would send him out repeatedly. He was 24/7 busy. Directly, either serving Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Ramraj, serving Srila Bamraj, Srila Parirajak Maharaj, every Maharaj, every Brahmacharya, every this. And if he wasn't out doing, okay, then he was cleaning toilets, stairs, the floors, making beds, washing cloth. I never saw Maharaj idle. So I'm saying that what he is saying, sometimes a person may hear this and they'll see Maharaj now and he's chanting Hare Krishna, doing so many things. He's not busy. Why is he telling me to be busy? He don't seem to be busy.
We were we were busy with the publication thing.
So, there you go.
And Didi was also very busy in painting and so many different things. And I remember Gurudev mercifully gave this seva to be busy in publication stuff, and we were busy like daily on a daily basis. We always had the deadlines coming. It's always like for Gaur Punim we had to publish this, for Navadip we had to publish this, and it was only 6 months, 4 months gap like that. And we would be doing work like 10, 12 hours a day on a daily basis. Okay? And because of that, since I came to the mat and since Shri Gurudev left, 6, 7 years, and even after that, you know, I never knew how time flew by, you know. Just, when I just woke up, it was like 7 years gone, like that. Okay. So that's how busy we have to be to pass those starting phase. You know, those are the difficult time. Mind just, disturbs us and cheats us in so many different ways. We have to get the taste for that thing, and once you get the taste, then not so much problem. Okay, but till that point, we have to be saved. Okay, time's up. Okay. Oh yeah, sure. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah, I guess morning and this evening time. Yeah.
You said that you need to develop the taste. You're saying develop the taste for the savor, or develop the taste for the chanting?
Both. When you do seva, then you develop the taste for chanting, because I mean the chanting just like that you are doing is just only nama prad or nama bas only. But to chant the pure name, one has to develop the mood to serve. Sevon muke hi jihvado. Swayam me spurattadha. When we have this tendency to serve, Then we call Krishna in a beautiful way. Oh Krishna, just like Swami Maharaja said, oh Krishna, please give us the seva to your lotus feet. We can serve you in lotus feet. With that mood, when we chant, that's pure name. Okay? So to develop that, one has to serve a lot. Okay? With dedication, with passion, with responsibility. Okay? Then we can call for Shri Krishna. Oh Krishna, please kindly give me a chance to serve you. Radha Krishna Pranamo Jugala Kishore, like that. We can pray to Krishna and beg to Shri Krishna. Please give me a chance to serve you. But for that, one has to serve Guru, Vaishnavas, and everybody to develop a taste. Then we can come to that level. Without that, it's just only knowledge based. Cannot feel for things. You know, can feel for it when you can do it. Do something, you feel it. And you don't do it, it's just only talk. Okay, and those talks are good, but it doesn't make you, satisfied much. Um, like just like uh, Param Pujani Bhakti Rakshak Shridhar Goswami Maharaj has said, we should die to live. We should die to do something. Then we can realize what it means to live for Guru and Krishna. Not before that. Just talk. Talk doesn't matter much after a while. You know, like we want to see results. So those results come about if you try to do something, take some pains. The pains can be very difficult at times. They may say you like, what did you do? Nothing. You are just eating like that, chastising you. You have to take that. Not like, oh no, no. You know, many people feel that now I don't want to do seva. Why? Because this is too much. They term that as politics. No, no, that's not politics. You know, you have to face that. People's critics. You have to face, and when you are in mud, means you're in public life. Public will judge you. That people in the mud will judge you for what you are. So you have to be strong enough to face those bullets. Okay. Then when you do that, you know what it means to live for Guru, what it means to do something for Krishna. Not before that. So, so then we can chant purely and pray to Krishna. Please give me some service, just like I served for Guru Dev. Let me serve for you too. So then we can feel this beautiful kirtan, Radha Krishna Pranamo Jugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi More. Then we can feel for it, not just sing, we can actually feel for those moods. Okay? Okay. Hari Bol or Premanand.
Page 123. Yeah, sorry. Anyone else? I'm gonna pass these back. Oh, you got it? Tina?
Yeah, you can give it to Didi, one have it with him. Yeah, you can have it.
Take GB. That's fine. We'll find it. I'm sure it's here somewhere. 123. Anyone? No?
Just had a book and it disappeared.
What happened to my hands?
Book?
Yes. Thank you.
Just in case he gets in ecstasy.
No.
His tears come, he can't chant, and then he may.
Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Haranahi Mor Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishore Gane Mara Kalindira kula keli Kadameravana Ratana vedire rupar Boshabodujana Kalindira kule keli Kadameravana Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Marana Himor Radha Krishna Pranamor Shama Gauri Ange Dibachua Chadane Raganda Chamaradula Bokabe Heribo Mukha Chandra Shama Gauri Ange Bachua Gati amalatir mala dibodo hargale adhare tuliya dibo karpura tambule Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Arana Himora Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Lalita Vishakayadi Jata Saki Vrinda Agnaya Koribo Seva Charana Ravinda Lalita Vishakayadi Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa Sevaya Vilasha Kore Narottama Dasa O Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugala Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mora Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugala Kishora Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugala Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mora Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Jai Radhe Jai Shyam Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shyam Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham 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 Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Oh, Shri Radhe Gopal, Brajamana Shri Radhe. Oh, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,